Am I the asshole for refusing to be my brother's groomsman and refusing to go to his wedding because of what his best man did to my wife? We shall see. Trigger warning, trigger warning. This contains essay. Trigger warning, trigger warning. This contains essay. Okay. 33 male here. I am hurt by the situation and feel betrayed by my own brother. I have an older brother named Steven, 35 male, and a younger brother named Mike, 30 male. My mom's best friend from med school has a son named Adam, 35 male, who was basically our fourth brother growing up. We went pretty much, spent every weekend at each other's homes, went on vacations together, and celebrated holidays together. When I was younger, I looked up to Adam and loved hanging out with him. He was a good friend. I have so many wonderful memories with him from childhood. My feelings towards him started to change when I was in junior high school. I was a junior in high school. Correction. A good friend of mine told me that Adam was aggressive towards her. He was always hugging her and rubbing her shoulders without asking, and once tried to pressure her into sleeping with him after she said no. At the time, I didn't think Adam meant to come across that way, but I started to notice more and more concerning behavior on his part. When we were 19 in college, he slept with the freshman at our high school. He told everyone that he thought she was 16, which is the legal age of consent. Where the hell are y'all at? 16? But I didn't understand why he'd sleep with a high school student after he graduated. I ended up going to the same college as Adam and my older brother Steven and played college baseball with both of them. Adam was liked on the team, but had a reputation for being aggressive with women. He also made a lot of jokes that I didn't find funny. Once at a party, he told me I could lose my virginity by finding the drunkest freshman and taking her upstairs. So he should have just admitted to being a predator. It's terrible. I started liking and respecting him less and less the more he made these jokes and the more I saw him behave while we were in college. I met my wife, Erin, 32 female, my sophomore year, and we hit it off right away. She never liked Adam and told me she didn't really trust him because of some of the things she heard from the girls on her cross-country team. I distanced myself from him because of this and many other things, and he always accused me of choosing a girl over him. Stephen continued to be best friends with Adam and never liked Erin in part because he thinks she turned me against our childhood friend. I've explained to Stephen a million times that it's Adam's behavior that made me pull away, and I don't want to be friends with someone who makes other people feel uncomfortable. But Stephen always defends Adam by saying things like, it's just his humor and he's misunderstood. That's not, I hate statements like that. That's just their humor. Your humor is not supposed to be disrespectful and make people uncomfortable. That's not humor. A joke is supposed to make people laugh and feel good. He's doing the opposite. No, he's not misunderstood. No, he's an asshole. He's a jerk. He's a predator if you want to put it in all simplest terms. My wife ran cross country when she was in college and was very petite because of how she ran. I also think she had an eating disorder at the time and was very restrictive with her diet. When we graduated from college, Erin got to what I think is a healthier weight for her. She's still active and in great shape, but she's no longer a twig. The biggest change was actually her breasts. They've always been large proportional to the rest of her body, but now they're noticeably larger. Shortly after we got married, Adam approached Erin during a family holiday and asked how much she paid for her boobs. See, that's where he would have lost all his teeth. I'm hoping I'm going to hear something like that after this statement. Because that right there, it's so disrespectful. And these type of people, that they grow up and they never grow out of this disgusting behavior. She said they were natural, and he started laughing and said she had the figure of a teenage boy in college. Erin told me about this interaction, and when I asked Adam about it, he insisted he was joking and it was all in good fun. He lost teeth. I told him to stop making comments about my wife's body, and Adam accused me of being sensitive. He continued to make comments about my wife's breasts every time we saw him, such as calling them a work of art and asking if he could take a picture of them for his future wife's plastic surgery. Erin always just rolled her eyes, ignored him, and begged me to do the same. She thinks Adam is an idiot and doesn't think it's worth it to argue with a guy like that. Since I'm pretty much only had to see him once or twice a year at the time, I agreed to do what my wife wanted. They wouldn't see me at all. Because the fact that he's still being let around the family is a problem for me. 3 years ago, when Erin was 7 months pregnant with our daughter, my family celebrated Christmas with Adam's family. I was speaking with one of my cousins when Erin came up to me in tears and asked to speak with me. She told me that Adam, who was belligerent and drunk, followed her into the bathroom. He shoved her against the wall and squeezed her breast hard to see if it was real. While she's pregnant? While she's pregnant. Usually in certain situations, TikTok, I don't condone violence. But in certain cases, some people need to lose body parts. Just hands, arms, limbs. I'm okay with them being, taken off. So it can't be used to do things like this. Just saying. He wouldn't let go of her until Erin kneed him in the nuts. When I heard what happened, I punched Adam in the face, told him he's no longer allowed near my wife, and left with Erin. The good news is that my parents and brother Mike all supported Erin and agreed that they no longer wanted anything to do with Adam. To be honest, no one in my family really liked or respected the guy, but they tolerated him because his parents actually are wonderful people and were like second parents to me before all of this happened. My parents both apologized to Erin, felt guilty that was hurt that our family Christmas, and promised her that she'd never have to see Adam again. The only person who still had a relationship with Adam is Steven. A few days after Christmas party, Steven called and told me that Adam felt horrible about what happened. Steven said Adam was drunk, meant it as a joke, and never meant to hurt Erin. Who cares? I told Steven that Adam sexually assaulted my pregnant wife. Steven said I was dramatic to call it sexual assault since he didn't touch her under her clothes or escalate things beyond feeling her boob. I told Steven he sounds like a moron and that Adam wasn't allowed near my wife. Y'all need to be checking Steven. Because Steven sounds very questionable as well. Steven sounds very, very questionable as well. Ask Steven if that happened to his sister or his girlfriend, his wife, or his mother, would he be okay with it? Because if it's the same answer of, well, it's not SA because of what? He didn't touch under her clothes? Like, has he been living under a rock? Y'all good. I'd have called the cops. I'd have pressed charges. Y'all bugging. That has hurt my relationship with Steven, and I don't feel close to him, both because he stood up for someone who hurt my wife and his sister-in-law, and also because I don't understand why anyone would be friends with Adam. We're still civil to each other at family events, but I don't think we'll ever be friends again. Steven got engaged over the weekend and called to invite me to be one of his groomsmen. I think he did this out of obligation more than anything else. He also asked if my daughter, she's almost 3 now, would be a flower girl. I said yes, but then Steven told me that Adam was going to be his best man. I was shocked, but honestly not too surprised. Y'all need to be checking Steven's log. I told my brother that I don't want my wife or daughter anywhere near Adam. I also said that if Adam could do something like that to Erin, he could also do something like that to his fiancée, Julia, too. Steven accused me of holding a grudge over a dumb, drunk mistake Adam made, and also accused me of being jealous that he and Adam are as close as brothers, and I don't have a close bond with either of them. I told Steven that he should keep Adam as a best man and that I wouldn't be the groomsman and my family wouldn't be at the wedding. Steven was furious, to say the least. Mike also declined to be a groomsman because he also hates Adam and doesn't understand how Steven could be close to someone who did that to Erin. My parents asked Steven how could he choose Adam over me and his sister-in-law and asked him to reconsider having him as the best man, but Steven insists that that's what he wants. I wonder if Steven and Adam got something going on. That's why he's keeping him so close, because why are you so... What they got going on between you guys that you are so hell-bent on keeping this type of predator in your circle? We run out of time. Come back for part 2.